cheating to us?
Thank you very much for this opportunity given to us to make case for the well-being of the supplier, of the common supplier who has decided to help government in the implementation of the free SHS policy. In fact, let me start from the quote. We will not sit down for them to continue to cheat us anymore. That's simply the meaning of the quote. There are two institutions that are engaged in the supply of commodities. The Buffer Stock Company Limited, the National Food Buffer Stock Company Limited, and then Commodity Exchange under the direct supervision of the Ministry of Education.
So both of them have engaged suppliers?
Exactly.
Okay.
But before now, it used to be only buffer stock that was taxed to source for suppliers to give food to students. But suddenly, 50% of what buffer stock used to do is now being done by Commodity Exchange, contracted by Ministry of Education. That alone is problematic in the sense that Commodity Exchange has no mandate whatsoever in buying or doing procurement. Commodities Exchange, as established under Ezen Bank, was to bring sellers and buyers together in order to do business. So promotion of sales, that is what it's mandated to do. Buffer stock is mandated to buy foodstuffs from farmers and hoard in times of low price and release to the market in times of high prices and need. And so it has huge warehouses with well-fitted silos, which are functioning silos. So we wouldn't understand why that responsibility should be taken, or a part is attempted to be taken from it to a Commodity Exchange to do. And as I'm speaking to you, some of the warehouses with Commodity Exchange is using is gotten from buffer stock. So why the depletion? And it has resulted in a situation where when money is released from government to be disbursed to suppliers, there are selected few in Commodity Exchange who supply under Commodity Exchange. They are given huge chunk or the lion's share of the releases that are coming from government. And then other suppliers under the same commodities, and then suppliers under buffer stock are denied of payment of what they have delivered to the institution. And that is killing the policy. And that also explains why there are shortages all across in the schools as you gather in your media activity. Because if those monies which has been with government, which is handed in, for instance, what buffer stock is in, what buffer stock needs is about 187 million from for suppliers. That's what suppliers have with buffer stock.
187 million cedis is what is owed to you.
Yes, that's exactly. And so if that money is given to suppliers, you will see foodstuffs in the schools. because we are businessmen and women. Over a year, nobody will allow his money to be with you. And those monies were procured through collaterals. Our properties were taken. And so if for over a year we don't have reasonable period that this is when we are getting our money, it becomes frustrating. Let's all understand that free SHS is the benefit of everybody, and the proponent of the policy cannot alone achieve the objective of the policy. There's the change in the implement or the stages of the implementation. We must do the job devoid of personal interest and look for the interest of the generality of the beneficiaries of the policy. That's the essence of the policy.
I see. So since February 2023, you've been owed this amount. So is that to suggest that since February 2023, you've not been supplying?
We've been supplying, but we've not been supplying at the capacity required, because most who could not raise funding are not in the supply, and they are not supplying. And those who have been given money regularly are the ones engaged in the supply. Those are the category. Those who are able to raise extra money to go into it, even though government is going. And then those that I have told you earlier are selected few under commodity exchange under direct supervision of the Ministry of Education are also in the market doing delivery. Because they are limited, that the supply that is needed or the target is not being met.
The radio station you can call your own.
I see.
In an attempt to solve these issues, there are some suggestions. I heard Charles, I heard of headmasters say they should give them the supply for them to procure the things from the market. And I laughed. I just laughed because I don't know why a headmaster will be interested in adding more responsibility to his already burdened responsibility. My brother, the headmaster is responsible for the general well-being of the student under his care.
But they've always done that, haven't they? Before this whole system was introduced, where BAFA took over and engaged suppliers, headmasters had always had a responsibility of procuring these things.
I'm driving there. I'm driving to a certain point you are just making. They are also responsible for the management of the staff, the teachers, and administrative staff. They are responsible for the fixtures and fittings. They are responsible for everything. In fact, they undertake 30% of the perishables, like tomatoes, onions. These are huge responsibilities which have been doubled with also frustrations and some limitations. Before now, the introduction of free SHS, they used to do procurement. As I speak with you, there are a number of suppliers who are still have money with headmasters and are not being paid, with the simple reason that the headmaster or the buyer or the storekeeper at the time of delivery had been transferred or retired. And so there was no record, or there has never been any record of your delivery. I have similar cases running to millions of Ghana cedis. So we have engaged them before. So in attempt to cure this mischief, the BAFA stock was procured. Because BAFA stock has warehouses where it can even buy and hoard, so that when demand is increased, they can release into the market. The solution to this is money. If government resource the implementers of the free SHS and disbursement and equity is assured in the disbursement, there won't be much problem.
I want to go back to the issue of the monies you're owed. Now, so since when did Ghana Commodity Exchange also start engaging suppliers? At what point in time?
I think they are over. I don't remember. I don't want to make a mistake, but I think it's over a year.
Over a year now.
2 years. I think 2 years. It should be 2 years.
And you say they are under the direct supervision of the Ministry of Education.
Exactly so.
So if you supply through the Ghana Commodity Exchange, you are more likely to be paid than if you did under the buffer stock.
Yes, you are more likely to be paid if you are within if you are within the, should I say the click, or if you are within the interest. I don't know what interest is satisfied before you are treated.
You are saying it's just possible that you can be a supplier under the Ghana Commodity Exchange, but you also not be paid.
Oh, we have several of those cases, and we have suppliers who are under buffer store and the commodity exchange who are owed to the tune within a period of 8 months, 6 months, under buffer and the commodity exchange. What I'm trying to push forward or make you understand, it is only even selected few under commodity exchange who are enjoying the money as regular as they are supposed to enjoy, and they have been paid up to October, September, November of 2023. And that is questionable.
Okay. So, as for the one with the Ghana Commodity Exchange, perhaps that's another issue. But those of you under buffer stock, is that to say that the Ministry of Education does not recognize you as suppliers anymore?
They cannot say so, because and their conduct and their reactions didn't suggest or has never suggested so.
They never told you that you're supposed to go under the Ghana Commodity Exchange necessarily.
No, see, I mean, I supply at Ghana Commodity Exchange, and I supply at buffer stock. That's why I've been able to give you the particularity of activities. Let me tell you what is happening under commodity exchange. In the case of buffer stock, before you become a supplier, you need a registered company. You need a certificate from Public Procurement Authority. You need to get your business registration renewed. You need to get a tax clearance certificate, and you need to take all those documents to buffer stock and pay 500 cedis and get yourself registered as a recognized supplier of buffer stock company. So as and when there's the need for you to supply, you are given a contract, and then conditions and all the terms of the contract are stipulated. In the case of commodity exchange, we go through all this. We pay 5,000 cedis. It used to be 1,000 cedis, but now 5,000 cedis and no receipt is taken for those collections. And I don't know what law backs the imposition of 5,000 cedis on a supplier, on a poor supplier who has engaged in supply of commodities, who goes to procure monies on credit just to help just PSHS policy. I don't know what law that authorizes commodity exchange to charge 5,000 cedis upon registration of a new supplier.
So every supplier that joins commodity exchange is required to pay 5,000 cedis.
Yes, and that payment is done without even receipt being given to suppliers.
No receipt is issued to you.
I'm telling you something.
Really?
If those who are engaged in it, if they controvert what I'm saying, they are in a better position to dispute it with any are making.
But they can also
any
deny
receipt
not taking any money from you since you have no proof yourself.
No, because I have spoken to them. I have challenged it. I have reported. I have even the president of our association, paid 1,000. So, you see, those who always ask for evidence should have the capacity to determine the weight of our evidence we produce. I don't necessarily have to come bring document to you to prove it. I'm saying that because they are not giving us any document for us to even prove tomorrow that this is the proof that I have paid money to you. So why are you expecting me to get a proof for you? It is only me bringing the one they have taken the money to come and testify to you, or I will give his number to you to call him, for you to call him. That is evidence. I don't need to bring any document because we're not giving any document.
What is Buffer Stock telling you about the debt they owe you?
Well, any promise they give is conditioned on the promise given to them by the Ministry of Education.
Conditioned on the promise given to them by the Ministry of Education.
Yes, and to satisfy, we are made to be. We are tempted to believe that the chunk of our frustration is coming from the Ministry of Education. That needs to be looked at. And we are not happy that anytime we need to solve our money issues, we should be on radio talking. Not at all. We are not happy. But it becomes necessary because we need other voices to speak into the matter. And we intend to be doing so dispassionately, without personal, we're not considering personal emotion. We're looking at the success of the policy and the sustenance of our business.
So you've indicated that you intend to picket the Ministry of Education. When would you do that?
14 days after yesterday. 14
days after yesterday.
Yes, sir.
What are you expecting to change within those 14 days?
No, for us, we have communicated, and we hope that our stakeholders they do the needful. If we can pride ourselves of a free SHS, then we must ensure that it works. The legacy will not be claimed by the proponent alone, but we will all claim the legacy and the benefit of it, because at the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian is the beneficiary of the policy.
I see. So
government cannot come and share money to individuals on the street. It is it is these policies that inure to the general benefit of the people and to a larger number of people. So it doesn't matter which political party is bringing it. If it is a good policy, we must all come together to support. And we thank Radio Gold for giving us this opportunity this morning for us to share our views.
So from which day did you start counting the 14 days?
Yesterday.
So from yesterday, 14 days, if you do not hear anything from the ministry or from Buffer Stock,
we will summon all suppliers across the region. We will sleep in the ministry. If they don't give us access, we will sleep at the entrance. We will come in with our canopies. We don't pick it and close in the evening and go and come. We will sleep there. We'll come there with our food. We will bring our warmer. We will bring our foodstuffs, because we are suppliers of foodstuffs. So we won't come there and be purchasing foodstuffs, but we will come there and cook and live there until our money are settled in peace.
Great. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us.
Thank you.
In fact, the last time they picketed that, is it the Ministry of Finance or Ministry of Education, was quite a sight to behold. They actually brought food. They were cooking there and everything. Well, so you can understand how come you need to take with a pinch of salt whenever the Ministry of Education says there are no problems with food supply. So when they tell you that there are no problems, then that's the thing. Whenever they come and say, Oh, we don't have problems.
But yes, last week was
Yes.
and nobody buy says he said yeah.
No, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. You see, sometimes when you're in government and you're talking, the things you do, for example, it is not only your children that go to the school so that you can go and tell your children that don't talk. No. In fact, majority of the people who are occupying those positions, they move their children from even public schools into international something what schools. They've stopped sending them to those schools. And some of them, do you know what they are doing? In some of the very class A schools, what they do is that they actually arrange the caterers for them. They are even catering for feeding privately in some of those schools. So their children are not feeling it as much as yours are. And these are schools that parents have children in. Sometimes the parents won't talk because if you ask the parent, where is your ward? Then they fear that there must be some recriminations against their ward. But aside that, it's not true. Whatever they come and write here, it's not true. The children go to schools. And those are children that we all know. So there are some things they
your Minister of Education, you said last week anymore.
No, forget him. But in the meantime, if you failed in any of the WASI subjects, especially mathematics, you have written the WASI a couple of times and continue to fail. If you're on vacation, are you on vacation? Do you want to be part of the most intensive vacation class that will always put you ahead of your colleagues? Do you want admission into senior high school 1 and 2? Do you require an intensive evening or weekend class due to the nature of your job? Then rush now to the renowned Center for Excellent Education, Ideal College, for immediate admission. At Ideal College, don't just talk, but walk the talk. Don't waste your money and the future of your ward as well. Elsewhere, Ideal College as well prepares students to write foreign programs such as SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, and GMAT. You can locate Ideal College at Shabar Sakaman Junction behind A1 Bakeries, also at Mamprobi Dan Right, and across all regions in Ghana. Rush now, call now. The numbers to call 0543 294031 or 0543 397981. Ideal College. Still, how can you fail? And also, I have a message from ARREARS for you. Planning your 2024 adventures this autumn, why don't you fly better? One of the best bits about going on holiday is the food, right? On ARREARS, you can get a taste of your destination on board with regionally inspired meals, so you feel like you're on holiday before you even arrived. As a savor each course of delicious gourmet cuisine at 40,000 feet. You can toast to new adventures with your choice of free-flowing drinks. It's the perfect way to start your getaway. And of course, you can expect world-class service along every step of your journey from ARREARS award-winning cabin crew. So whether you're flying to Dubai, London,